Welcome. Are you ready for a science fiction prototype time machine experience? Are you ready? Let's dive in. Here we go. I'm going to walk you through a sci-fi prototype time machine. The purpose of this is to help you create science fiction prototype time machine that can help you explore and think about how technology might work in the future, your activities in the future, what are potential impacts in society, and craft a story around that for you to use and model in your desired future. So the first thing we want to think about is, let's define the science. Let's think about, in our time machine, what are the key scientific or technological innovations in your time machine? How does it work? Think about, what are the elements? And there's an example down here for you of the time machine uses a quantum AI to calculate and manipulate time-space coordinates, allowing users to travel to any point in the past or future. That's just an example. What might you do? Let's think about the next step, which is building your world. So in asking questions around how might your world look, think about what kind of a world exists in this time machine. Where is the world? Where does it land? Where does it arrive? Consider the social, political, and environmental factors that could in fact affect your time machine. Take note of these things. Soon you're going to be writing them down. So if you want to grab a scratch pad right now to sort of take notes and begin your ideation. So now we're going to think about, what are the scientific inflection points that are inside of this sci-fi prototyping time machine? So what are the moments where your machine changes the world? What's a key moment or several moments? What are the experience? Describe this specific event or breakthrough. What's exciting about it? What do you see when you look around? What do you learn? Take note of this. Then you're going to want to think about the ramifications building this time machine could potentially and possibly have on society. How does it affect other people? How does it affect you? Is it a tool for good? Does it create lasting impact? What are the components for you? Up next, we want to think about, what are the human inflection points? So you might want to identify a character or a group who really challenges the status quo that's been established by this technology. How do they interact with the time machine? Introducing characters to your time machine now may be very valuable, as that will begin to alter how you use it and what your outcome and experience is. Now it's time to craft a narrative around your dynamic science fiction prototyped time machine. So you need to bring all these ideas together that we walked through, and you'll want to write a short narrative that describes a scene or a moment in your world. Focus on the characters. the time machine, and the potential resulting outcome. Let's keep going. And now you'll have an opportunity with the link to share your story, share your narrative. And we will collect those and share them widely across the portals, inside of the villages, at the Library of the Future. With anyone who comes to visit, we will share your story, your narrative of your time machine and how you used it. So the final thing to think about after you contribute your story is, what did you learn from this exercise about time travel? How can this prototype really inform real-world discussions about emerging technology so that we don't live in fear, but instead live enthusiasm, optimism, and are open to dynamic, open-minded discussions? So this sci-fi prototyping tool really does provide a framework for developing your science fiction prototypes centered around a time machine. It encourages creative exploration while grounding in the concept in a positive, forward-thinking idea, dystopias for third graders. So try to plant seeds that actually impact and are not fear-based. Creating a time machine that creates positive, impactful futures is the goal. So I thank you, and I encourage you to go forward and make more sci-fi prototypes out into the world. I also hope that you will contribute your story through the link, and you will check back in the Library of the Future to see your contribution to creating time machines for good. Thank you, and happy futuring.